Shut up and sit down. Shut up and sit down.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to another episode of Build, Paint, Play. I'm Dave, and Jake will not be joining us this evening. But this is the point where he'd say, and we're joined by our friend Phil, the Glacial Geek.
Hey, yeah,
from the Army Painter Factory team.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, I think Jake thought that I was going to be talking too much anyway to have three people, so he decided to bow out before it just became too ridiculous in here for too much talking, because that's what I do.
It would have been amazing. It would have been amazing. It would have been like you as two people, Jake as 1.5, and me like
you exhausted.
me just pressing the buttons is what I would have been doing.
Exactly.
So all good, but yes, no, Jake is just out for this evening. He will be back joining us next week. Hooray! Fantastic. Going to say hi to some folks in the chat. We've got Dave Hummel is here. Josh Sawyer says, sadly, I have to watch this one after the fact, but wanted to say hi to all of these friends. Hi, Josh.
Hello. Hello.
Kat Swift is joining us as well, but she will be listening on the phone because she has a whole tote full of crap to sell.
Fair enough.
So you're getting that sorted. And Brendan is here, my friend Brendan Bell, saying greetings, programs. There we go. Thank you for taking on the role of Jake.
You got a dang clanker over here.
Yep. Awesome. Cool. Okay. There we go. Whew. Phil, how are you doing?
Exhausted, but really, really good. Doing really, really well. So
excellent. So you're exhausted because the last 5, 6, 20 weekends you've been playing 40K tournaments?
Yeah, I've been either playing 40K tournaments, or I've been traveling to somewhere, or teaching painting, whatever it was. I've been bouncing a lot for a while now. Since June, I've been going basically every weekend. I've been going somewhere. So,
right.
But it's been fun. I've really enjoyed it every minute of it. So I can't complain.
Fantastic, and it's racking up those frequent flyer miles as well, right?
It absolutely is. It looks like I might be hitting platinum on my medallion status this year. So pretty excited about that.
Nice. Yeah, it's definitely good when you can bump that number up.
Exactly. I'll take it.
Yep, that's awesome. Fantastic. So where have you been this
last week? Yeah.
Well, not last week. I think we're going to get into that. We've got a lot of photos. Gotcha. You sent it. Photos, but just recently though, what other events have been at? You went to San Diego Comic-Con with Jake.
I was there with Jake. I was teaching painting with Jake at San Diego Comic-Con, which was a blast. Going to San Diego Comic-Con has been on my bucket list since forever. Since I've been a nerd, it's been on my bucket list. I've wanted to go, never had the opportunity to kind of go out to San Diego and do that. And then when you had to make, prioritize your marriage over nerddom, which, let's be honest, that's the way we want to keep it. We want to keep you going. So, and you asked me, I was like, yeah, twist my arm. I guess I have to go to this thing I've wanted to my entire life. That sounds great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then where did you go after that?
That was oh man, what was that? 2 weeks? No. Yeah, right after San Diego Comic-Con, I went to the Lone Star Open. That was in Dallas. I was playing at the Lone Star Open, which is a frontline gaming event that they did. Had a blast there, and I came in third in painting. I didn't do well on the tabletop because that's kind of my trend. I do okay. But then my painting is getting even better. So now I came in third at that event for painting, but I came behind there were, I think, 5 of the top 6 people on the ITC Hobby Track were at that event. So it was like a Shark Tank in the painting competition, and I came in third, and I was very happy with that result. So I'll take that. So
excellent.
Yeah.
But speaking of that, like that's your mission for this year, right?
That is my mission. Yes. I last year at Worlds, I came in 25th in the painting, and I was talking to Andy from GW, and he asked me if I was going to try to go to the top of the ITC next year, like Scary had done, like Scary had tried to do. He's another YouTuber had tried to do. He was like on a mission to get to the top of the ITC, and he was like, "Are you going to try that next year?" And I was like, "No, I'm not that good. I can't do that." And he goes, "They have a hobby track." And I was like, "Oh, come on. Like, you put a stupid idea in a content creator's head, and of course to do it." So yeah, stupidly has decided that that's what I was going to do. And that's why I've been flying all over the earth doing 40K. And it's like, oh no, twist my arm, I guess. But
sure.
That's what I've been pushing myself. So I've been pushing my painting and doing everything. And it's it's been nuts. But I'm still at, like, so I dropped down to third in the world from first this last weekend because some tournaments that the other 2 guys that came in that were at the Lone Star Open, some other points for theirs dropped from another event that they had gone to. So I dropped down to third, but then this last weekend, which we can get into in a bit, I think the points from this last week are going to bump me back up to first, which is pretty exciting. So I'm still in the final, like this, like we're getting still close to like the final stretch here, and I'm still neck and neck up there, fighting, holding on for dear life by the skin of my teeth over here, trying to hold on. So we'll see.
How many more events do you have?
I've got so I've got 2 big ones. So I've got the Las Vegas Open in October that I'm going to be going to. And that's going to be like over 1,000 people. That's going to be a huge one. So and there's going to be like a lot of really good people there. They're going to be competing. So I've got to really show up and show out for that one. And then there's the World Championships, which is the last event of the ITC season. And that's going to be in Barcelona in December. So I'll be going to that. I got my golden ticket. I'll be heading out there. I'm pretty excited. So it should be fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think it's GW doing the grand narrative again in Atlanta, or?
Yeah. So I think they're doing the grand narrative in Atlanta, and unfortunately I won't be able to go because I'm not going to be here, which is ironic. Like, because also, I've got these 2 tournaments I said that I've got coming up, but apparently life also decided I needed to travel for like 1,000 other things. Like there's like, I think 3 weddings that I have to go to this fall that I'm going to, and they're like, but none of them are here. Like there's one in New Hampshire, like one in Syracuse, New York, and one in like Portland, Oregon. So it's like, so again, getting those miles and getting those medallion status stuff. So but not for Warhammer. So whatever, it is what it is. That's my life now, I guess. It's just on an airplane,
just traveling. Nice. That's fantastic. You'll have to go back and work out how much time you spent on airplanes.
I know. Yeah, I was looking at like I've been watching my numbers like going up on their system, and I'm like, man, that is stupid.
I think it was 2000, the year 2000. I averaged 70 minutes a day.
Wow.
So that's when I was living in Sydney, and traveled to the UK for work like 4 times, and to the US a couple of times, and Canada and the west coast of Australia a couple of times. So
traveling to the upside down does
Does
add up real quick.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. But that's cool. Yeah. Awesome. Should we get stuck in, do you think?
Yeah, that sounds good. I'm
Do
here. I'm
that?
here to yap. So let's
chat.
start yapping. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Well, I'm going to click all the buttons as I usually do. Share the screen.
Perfect.
Click the window, and this particular one. While I'm doing this, I will say hi to Luis, who has joined us in the chat.
Hello.
And Brendan says the medallion status is way better if you convince your spouse to do the travel.
Yeah. So that's kind of I've been doing that, and I got my wife is very happy that I got us like unlimited like lounge access. So she's happy with that one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Kat says, if it isn't your wedding or your kid's wedding, do you really have to go?
That's true. But I did say I would. And I mean, at this point, I'm like, I'm fully committed. Also, that helps that I live in Atlanta. So they're always like direct flights, which makes traveling like I never realized how much it makes life better when you don't have to worry about making a connection. It makes life so much easier. So yeah, I think that's the only reason. It's like, also, I think it's like if I stop getting on airplanes, I'm probably not going to want to get back on. So I just need to keep going to keep myself like, keep myself going.
It does sound like the airline economy would collapse if you stop.
Yeah, exactly. I'm single-handedly keeping them in the air.
Yep. Nice.
Yeah.
So first up, of course, we always thank the Army Painter, who are our season sponsor. As mentioned, Jake and I are members of the factory team. Phil is also a member of the factory team. Normally, I'll call out a post from Instagram. And this particular one is from Norse Paints. Norse Paints is a fantastic, amusing, entertaining content creator from Norway.
I think Norway.
Norway. Pretty sure it's Norway. But in this particular one, he does a great double act with our boss, the fact, the Army Painter,
our cat wrangler,
Yep. So that's Adam Abramovich, who I got to see Adam last weekend.
That was nice.
New Orleans.
Yeah.
But yeah, so fantastic little skit. So do yourself a favor, head on over to the Army Painter Instagram page, or Norse Paint's Instagram page, and check that out. Next up, I've mentioned before, I am now working on the Trench Wire, which is the sort of the content delivery system for Trench Crusade.
Very exciting.
And each week I'll be letting you know the articles we put up last week. So we put up an announcement about Operation Leviathan, which is the worldwide campaign. It's going to be happening in September 7th to the 28th. So definitely head over and check that out. Being coordinated by such worldwide campaign luminaries as Jervis Johnson and Andy Chambers, as well as a bunch of other wonderful folks. And also we did a muddy basing tutorial, which is perfect for Trench Crusade. But this was Ruben Torregrosa, who is a spectacular painter. You can see his fantastic Observer Mini there. He'll be doing some more articles for us in the future, which is super cool. Sean Gleason has joined us. Hi, Sean. Welcome.
Hello.
But so head on over to the Trench Crusade website, so trenchcrusade.com, and then up in the top bar, there's a link that's the Trench Wire. Go and click that and check it out. Next up, in 2 weeks, so on the August 29th and 30th, I will be vending at my first vending experience at an event for just Dave Taylor Miniatures, which is kind of crazy. Obviously, I've worked a lot of shows on booths, but this will be the first time I'll have a 6-foot table and enough space to put out my books.
That's
so
awesome.
If you're in Baltimore or Baltimore area, come on by. It's at the Peabody Heights Brewery, which is a fantastic spot, as well as all of the wonderful vendors you see there for the Art and Collectibles Expo. There is a pinball room, an arcade, and of course a bar where you can drink lots of their wonderful beer.
Are you on the inside or outside? You're on the inside, right?
I'm on the inside. This is
good.
mine here, 22.
Oh,
yeah,
perfect.
it's probably be pretty warm.
Yeah.
But I think all of the vendor tables are on the inside.
Cool. Okay.
There's the stage here. It just says stage with live performances both days.
Very cool.
But yeah, the arcade they have here, I think it's like you like pay $10 at the bar, you get a band, and you can play unlimited games.
Oh, that's cool.
Pretty wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, there'll be loads of like tabletop role-playing games going on, loads of tabletop role-playing vendors, art vendors, that kind of thing. Spaghetti Kiss is a fantastic t-shirt maker. There's a lot of awesome screen prints. But yeah.
Nice.
So that'll be fun. And that's a block and a half from my place.
Oh, there we go. There we go. That makes it easy.
I can walk to it.
Yeah, there we go. Or at least walk home after having the beers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Oh, I hadn't thought about that. Sweet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you don't have to worry about it. There we go. Perfect.
Excellent. Next thing I've got to show here. Sorry, just noticed. So Josh has joined us. And he said, do you have a little celebration when you hit the 40,000 frequent flyer miles?
Oh, I need to do something like that. Yes, I need to. I hope I didn't miss it. I may have. I don't know. I got to check it. I got to see what it is. So, but that's a good call. Do something like that. Yeah. I like that. Really good. I like that idea.
Excellent. And the B fail, I'm assuming that's Ben, says, Dave, you should bring some minis to sell. Might make a mint. Actually, my buddy Mark Rayleigh does Mork's Miniatures. He's been sculpting minis. He's going to join me one of those days.
Hey, cool.
At the booth, so we'll sell some of his cool old school orcs. But for those of you who watched last week's episode, you will have seen, well, at the end, we showed off Trent Dennison's diorama that he was working on, big diorama. Yeah. This is where the stage he got it to for the weekend. So this is at the Queensland Miniatures Hobby Expo. And each of the models on there, they're 75 millimeter scale. So they're pretty hefty. They're big chunky models. He said he didn't quite get it finished to the point where he wanted to, but you got it finished enough to put on display.
I mean, it looks pretty cool to me. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, it is pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah,
really nice. So definitely check it out. Brendan says, need to price everything you go or invest in a new hand truck. I invested in a new hand truck. Already done, so I can drag them to
There we go.
A block and a half to my to the location. Excellent. Chris Kennig has joined us as well. Evening, everyone. Yeah. Hi, Chris. But yeah, so Trent Dennison finished this off tomorrow. On Wednesday is going to be the final episode of Miniature Masters, so make sure you check that out on the Squidmar Miniatures channel and see whether Trent wins.
Yeah,
it's possibilities down to the last three, but should be pretty exciting. Nice. I finally got a little bit of a chance to do some work. So I've started painting on my piggies. So these are the models I'm doing for the Anti-Pope of Avignon Black Grail list that I'm doing for Trench Crusade. So definitely a lot of fun sort of messing around with that.
Yeah. I like how you're treating all of the Trench Crusade factions as basically you're treating them like they're Pokemon, where you have to collect them all. You have to have like a one of each, like
absolutely
one warband each. Yeah,
at least one of each.
At least one of each, exactly.
Eventually I'll get to them all. They are like the super creative minds are thinking about ideas, and if I can do like one a month, I think I've got a chance. If I slip below that, they might keep at me.
There we go.
Yeah,
that's impressive.
Excellent. Josh says buy 5 books and get a free tour of Dave's murder basement. 6, Josh. Buy 6 books.
Yeah, at least 6. At least 6.
And Kat says those are gross, but in a good way.
Yeah.
And the piece on the other side, I mentioned Mork's Miniatures just a second ago. So this is a piece from from that range. It's a Josh says it looks like a Vespa with a Weber grill bolted to the back. It's actually a tuk-tuk with a Weber grill bolted to the back of it.
Yeah, so close.
Very
50%
close.
of the way there. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's the lid comes off, and there's actually a grill underneath it with sausages and steaks and stuff.
That's cool.
So, but yeah, I'm painting that up for Mark. The next step is doing the metallics, doing all the chrome pieces, and then I get to go and do some more weathering and sort of chip everything down and have lots of rusty, streaky bits.
Yeah.
But yeah,
very
definitely
cool.
A lot of fun. Exciting. So yeah, that's me. That's all I've had time to do, as well as
all you've had time to do. Yeah,
that's all I've had time to do, hobby wise.
Yeah,
but work wise, there's been a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
it was starting to get into the what do you call it? The fun of the laying out books. So
nice.
Volumes 16, 17, and 18 of The Art of.
That's exciting. Did you announce who they are? Did you?
Well, those ones I've done the Kickstarter for those.
Yeah.
So I haven't announced who the next three are.
Yeah.
19, 20, 21.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have my conversations with a few people. Then I've got to send some emails, and we'll see where that's at. But we won't know that I won't announce that until like January.
Yeah, there we go.
Nice and quiet. But otherwise, things are going well with the work on the books. I've got
that's awesome.
6 weeks to
get
them all done.
The books are incredible. I'm not gonna lie. I've got oh man, am I gonna do this without making a racket?
Really?
Nope, I'm not going to. Hold on.
Are they all gonna fall?
I've even got mine right here. I got the Sam one right up here. Easy access. So.
Awesome.
Yeah. Awesome.
That's cool.
Awesome stuff.
Cool. Thank you. But yeah, so lots of fun. You, on the other hand, have not been doing much painting in the last 7 days.
No, I have not. I've done zero painting in the last 7 days because I've been off in Mechlin, Belgium. So
Mechlin, Belgium.
Yeah.
Cool.
So this is my this is my new go-to. Well, the one bag will change depending upon my needs, but this is my go-to kind of system for going to tournaments these days when I have to fly. So I've got there's the 2 check bags, then I've got my backpack, and I got my army case there on the right. The 2 check bags, the green one there, the one in the front there with the handle up, that is entirely my display board. So that the only thing in there is my display board, and it takes up like the whole space in there. So that's my display board because I designed it to break down so that it can go into that and fit into there so that I can bring it with me when I go to these events. Yep. And then the one in the back has like my clothes and stuff in there. And then my backpack on the way out will have like all of my like gaming accessories, like the cards and the dice and the measuring tapes and stuff like that. So that if I do lose my luggage, I'll at least have the ability to play in the tournament that I'm flying out there for.
Yep.
And then my army case has my army because it's that case is like the GW Crusader case, and it perfectly fits in the overhead compartment of like every airplane that I've been on. So because I don't want to check it, that's going to stay with me, and that's going to come with me because that's important. That's not leaving my sight if I can avoid it. So
absolutely. Do you have like a clippers and glue in your
I usually put the glue in like a Ziploc bag in one of my check bags just so that I don't just because I don't want to like mess with that. But I usually keep all that stuff in like those things in the check bag because again, like worst comes to worst, I can still play with the other stuff. I don't have to worry about it too much. So I'll take that the way that goes. Yeah.
That's cool. It is great that you've got it down to a science now.
Yeah, and it's all science. It was funny because when I went out to San Diego Comic-Con, I didn't have like my army case or the display board. I just had like the one bag with like my clothes and then my backpack for just like carrying stuff. And when I left the house to go get like the Uber to the airport, I was like, I'm forgetting something. Like something I'm missing something. I should be carrying my brain couldn't get over the fact that I didn't have that stuff with me that I was going to the airport with. And I couldn't accept that I was not traveling with everything. So, and even when I was at the airport, when I was walking through, I was like, what? My case. I'm like, no, that's not this time. Not this time.
Where'd I put it down?
Yeah, exactly. So
did I leave it at the bar?
Yeah, exactly.
Or in the lounge.
So, yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent. But you said you went to, was it Mechelen?
Yeah,
Belgium?
Mechelen, Belgium, which is like dead center between Brussels and Antwerp. And they played, it was taking place in a place called the Necker Hall, which I'm sure if I spoke Dutch, I would know what that meant, but I didn't. So it was just the Necker Hall to me. And it's gorgeous. Well, I mean, it's huge. I should say the place is huge, and it's just like total like it is like a hangar. It's like an airplane hangar. The thing is huge. And they had it all set up for this was set up for the 40K singles event. So the War Master event that they had, and that's for the singles event. And there was 600 people signed up for that one, which was, I mean, that's a huge tournament. The only other one I've been to that's bigger is sometimes the LVO is the only one that's been bigger that I've been to, with more players playing in it. So it was awesome to see like the space that they had there and everything they had going on, because they also had Kill Team going on and X-Wing going on, and there was a painting competition. So there's like a lot of stuff going on there. The only thing is, because it's in Europe, they didn't have AC in that place, and it was very hot the week that I was there. Like I think on Friday of last week, it was 98 degrees over there, which was without AC in this giant place with hundreds of nerds all playing in there. I think I saw Tom, who's like the head organizer for WTC. He's a wonderful human being. Absolutely loved meeting him and getting he was super helpful and had everything running really smooth, which was great. But he said at the end there that they had like 2 like water dispensers that were set up there, so people could just like keep getting water, because they kept emphasizing, they're like, do not pass out, like make sure you're getting enough water. And they had that all going. But he said that they had like the final count, like it told how much was going through, and they went through 9,000 liters of water over the course of the week.
Wow.
Yeah. So and then Joe from War Games Live commented, he's like, that just means that there was 9,000 liters of nerd sweat that was that was in that place as well.
That was being deposited on the floor.
Yeah, exactly. So,
or into clothing.
Yeah, exactly. Into clothing and into the air. It was like, it was hot. It was hot, but it was man, it was a ton of fun. It really was amazing time. Yeah,
that's more than 2,000 gallons.
Yeah.
Of water. That's
unbelievable. Yeah, there was a lot. And just going through hundreds of nerds just drinking it so you don't die. Exactly. But did you die? We didn't, because they had all the water there available, which is
nobody
good,
died. So. Hooray.
Yeah. That also doesn't even come into the talking about like all the they had like energy drinks for sale and beer for sale. So because it is Belgium, so of course they're gonna have beer for sale. Yeah, so
absolutely.
So there's a lot of liquids going through everyone over there, keeping us going.
Yep. Was there a line for the bathrooms?
No, because everyone just sweated it all out. So yeah,
none of it was processed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no one had the ability to keep it in. It just kept going out our pores. So
excellent.
Yeah,
it's great. So there we go. There's you enjoying the event with all of the 600 nerds?
Yeah, the 600 nerds on the singles event, the War Masters event. So it's, I mean, I love going to events and like just being surrounded by like hundreds of people doing what it is that you also like to do. There's that sense of community that you get from going to these events is like, it's amazing. I love it. I absolutely love it. You leave feeling completely drained, but also like completely fulfilled. Like your heart leaves full, and your battery is dead, but your heart is full. So it's great. That's what I love about these things.
Yeah, no, that is awesome.
Yeah.
So the WTC stands for World Team Championships. Is that right?
Yep. World Team Championships. So they have what they do is the beginning of the week. So I got there on the Sunday, and then on Tuesday started the War Masters event, which was 3 games on Tuesday, 3 games on Wednesday. And then if you made the top cut, they had a shadow round for like the top 8 that played. And then they cut it down to the top 4 so that the next day in the morning, they would do 2 more rounds, single elimination for to see who was going to be the overall champion for it. So
the overall War Master.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. And that was it was Folger Piles, who's a US guy. He was on Team USA for the teams event, which started that afternoon with
Okay.
one game, and then they did. Yeah,
Wow.
that's the thing is like Folger Piles and it was David Gaylord from New Zealand. They played 16 games of Warhammer over the course of this week. It was like 3 on Tuesday, 4 on Wednesday, then 3 on Thursday, 2 on Friday, 2 on Saturday, and 2 on Sunday. So like, man, that kind of, I don't have that. I don't have that kind of stamina. Are you kidding me? No,
Yeah.
I was not even in the shadow round and I was already beat. So I can't even imagine what they had to go through that. That's
Yeah.
like an ultra marathon of Warhammer right there. That is incredible. So
yeah. Well, now we know where that 9,000 liters of water.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was all keeping their brains from melting is what it was. Yeah. Yeah. And on top of it, it was hot in there and it's like, oh man, it was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But no, that's wild.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So this was your army?
Yep. That's the list I
give us a
brought
quick-
with me. So
Quick rundown of that. You've got a lot of
Sure.
dreadnoughts and
yeah.
right
So my basic thought on this is essentially this whole journey that I've been going for the ITC Hobby Track. Painting needs to take a bit of a priority over like high strategy. So but at the same time, my list has kept building and changing as we were going through 10th edition and now into 11th edition. It keeps changing. So I keep building and painting new models. And then some of them, if I do too good a job, I end up having to keep them on the list, even if they're not very good. So for instance, I've got an Invictor Warsuit in this list that is really awful when it comes to gameplay. That's the one on the left there. Yeah. But I modeled him like he's the best modeled model that I've ever done. So of course he has to make it into my list because it's a showstopper. It does awesome things for me on the hobby side. So he has to make it in the list. And that just becomes my burden to bear on the tabletop, which is fine. I can suck it up for that. So
yeah, fantastic. Sorry, just quickly, earlier today I said to Brendan that he might have been overestimating the amount of 40k that somebody wants to play in 4 days of Adepticon.
Yeah.
And now he's just said, Dave, maybe you underestimate the amount of 40k people want to play in 5 days in Belgium.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing is like starting Tuesday, he was playing, they were playing, a ton of games and it's nuts. And they just want to keep playing and playing and playing. I mean, everyone had a great time. Everyone was in good spirits. Everyone was enjoying it. There wasn't any angry people as far as I could see. And, and I was walking around a lot. So I didn't hear any problems. I kept talking to the judges and stuff like that. And there was no major complaints, the usual, just like disagreements or whatever happens, but no one had no major occurrences. So the fact that they could keep people playing that much Warhammer in like 98 degree heat, in an unair conditioned, basically airplane hangar, that goes to how much the organizers were able to make it a smooth event that everyone was enjoying. So that was pretty awesome.
Yeah. Excellent. Josh says, I see a good comp there. Elites, heavy, fast attack and troops, very flexible.
Yeah. And that's kind of, we'll get into it when we start talking about what you have to do for 11th edition. Cause it has changed how I compose my lists and what I'm looking to do with my lists going into the new edition. But having that ability to do what you need to score your points, while also being flexible enough to respond to it is important. So, and I just have to keep building and painting more units that fit into that dynamic, and keep doing a better and better job on each of them. That means I keep switching up my lists.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you've got, as well as the Invictor Warsuit at the back there, you've got a Brutalis, a Ballistist, and is that a Motorfang or?
That's Bjorn the Fell-Handed.
He's Bjorn?
The the angriest little boy in the galaxy over there. Yeah. The years have not been good on his height. He's a tiny boy compared to everyone else there. But
scale creep's not a thing. I don't know what you're talking about.
Scale creep's definitely not a thing. But he and it's like all the different things that you go into when you're making a list. Like the role that he serves, like he's pretty good in combat and does some awesome stuff fighting and stuff. But the main reason that he makes it into every single one of my lists is he gives me an extra CP in my command phase, so that I can use stratagems a lot better for what it is that I need to do. So it's like things like that you start to see, like the different tools that you need to effectively play the game that you want to. Things like that come into that kind of like diagram where you're, how you play him and why you have him in the list, and understanding what role that each model is supposed to serve is important when you're forming these lists, especially in 11th edition, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. Excellent.
But yeah, I can go over the list if you want to. Yeah. So we'll wait for
let's
later.
go. Let's go over when we come down.
Yeah. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Love
it. Keep talking about. Let's talk about the beautiful city of Mechelen.
Oh my God, it was gorgeous, and it's like I think to like Belgians, it's just like another city, but for an American coming from like I live in Atlanta now, and it's like our city has like an 8-lane highway that goes straight through the middle of it, and it to come here where everything is walkable and everything's designed with like a people heavy front, and then it's just beautiful. Like the cathedral is old and beautiful, the streets are beautiful, like everything. It made me want to walk, and I'm not really a walker. I don't know if you can tell by my physique, I'm not really a walker, but I just wanted to walk everywhere there because it's beautiful to walk around. It's easy to walk around, so you don't feel like you're struggling and fighting your way through like traffic or anything like that. Everything's designed to make it easy, and it was to the point that I had I got blisters on day 0 of WTC because my soft American feet were not able to keep up with the European walking lifestyle. So, but it was fine. I enjoyed it and kept walking the entire week, and it was such a beautiful, beautiful city, and that's part of why I think I really loved the WTC, is that it's in such a beautiful place over there. And I haven't, this is the first time I got to, go to Europe to play Warhammer. And there was like a whole new world of people there that were playing. Yeah. A whole new world of people. That was great. New world in the old world, playing a game that we love. And it was things like this. Like I went to, the World Championships last year, and it was the same thing where it's like people from all over the world coming and playing it. Really puts into perspective that, like, we think of us playing this game that we're just playing with our friends in our basement, but there are people playing this game literally all over the world. And WTC, they had teams from China, they had teams from New Zealand and Australia, like people that were spending 32 hours to get to Mechelen, made my 9-hour flight from Atlanta seem like nothing. And it's just kind of cool.
There was a joint team from India and Pakistan as well.
Yeah, they had the India-Pakistan team there too, which was really cool. They had they had people from all over, and it was awesome. It really was awesome to see everyone be able to come from all over the world and come here and play this game that we all enjoy, and show off what it is that we've been doing. And these are some of the best players in the world coming together because it's cool to see that all happen and coming together and enjoying each other's company for that whole week too. Like half of the reason that you're there is to game, and the other half is to like enjoy it. So like here I am having like a meal. I was having spaghetti, in this place came with a they handed out like these bibs, and on the bottom of the bib there it says if you can read this, you don't have any excuse for staining your shirt, which I thought was hilarious. So
right.
But it was just fun. That is part of it, is that you, like, after the games, everyone just kind of goes out and has dinner together, or wherever, like around the city. They just kind of like, we just kind of like unleash on the city. The number of people that were stopping us and being like, so what sporting event is this? Are all these people here? Because they see a lot of people from all over the place. And we're like, it's Warhammer 40K. And then you see their eyes just go like, huh? Like, what do you mean, huh? I don't know what to make of this. Yeah. So, yes. And then you have to explain to them what it is. And they're, wow. Like there was one woman who stopped me in like the grocery store when I was getting some stuff. And it turns out she had moved there from Wales. And I told her that there was a Welsh team there that was playing. And she was like, yeah, we're small, but we're everywhere. And she actually came to came to the place to see what was going on like later that week, which is really fun. So
Wow, that's awesome.
yeah, it was cool. It's like spreading the gospel of nerddom. And it's like all it takes is unleashing a horde of like hundreds of nerds wearing like jerseys and stuff like that out into the streets of the city where they're like, I don't know what this is. What is this?
Yeah.
So
is it in Mechlin every year, or does it move around?
It does. It sometimes moves around. So I guess last year it was in Leoben, Austria, but the year before it was in Mechlin. But from talking to Tom, they're in talks about maybe moving it to another place. But he also said that I think he is from Belgium. I think he's Belgian.
Okay.
So it makes it easy for him to like organize the logistics of it. It's there. And honestly, like the location didn't leave anything wanting. It was the city's gorgeous. It's easy to get to because it's like a 15-minute train ride, or also like a 30-minute Uber ride from Brussels airport. So that's like a huge international airport that everyone can come to and then go there. But there were some of the other places like Talavera. That was maybe one of the things they were talking about, but I think that's like harder to get to. And it's also Spain is on fire right now, and they might be on fire again next year, one would think, if suddenly climate doesn't change like between now and next year. So that I don't think they've determined exactly where it's going to be, but I told them my vote would be to stay here because I loved Michelin. It was so fun and beautiful and amazing. So
excellent. That's cool.
Yeah.
It is fun that going and exploring a place.
Yeah.
I've spoken with my friend Nigel Wood that we've had on talking about John Blanch's On Guard game coming up. But when he and I go walking when we're in Lancaster for Historicon.
Yeah.
And the first year that we did that, he was like, okay, my special rule for walking in a new place is you just pick a direction and you walk until you run out of town.
Okay.
Or run out of sidewalk.
Yeah.
And then turn around and walk back to your hotel.
Yeah.
So the exploration that you can do in a new place when you're tackling in sort of that method can be a lot of fun.
Yeah. And it's also what I enjoyed too was like I started to get to know the place. Like I could walk without like the directions. I knew if I wanted to go to a certain place that I could get there even at the end of like a week. Cause it's like while you're, like a place like that, you can walk so much that you start to understand and you get to know a place. Like if it takes you, if you're just driving somewhere, it becomes easy to forget like how you got there. But when you're walking, you're doing it for so long that you remember, it kind of like burns it into your brain. So by like the end of the week, it was so much fun to be able to like, just like know where I was going and see a place and just be, wowed by it the entire time. So it was cool.
Yep. Awesome.
Yeah.
So you played on Tuesday, you played 3 games.
Yep.
Wednesday.
Yep. And then at the end of Tuesday night, they Tuesday during the games, they had some of the refs going around. They were doing some paint judging. So they were kind of basically doing like the basic breakdown on a rubric of how the armies were. And then when they broke it down to like the top, like the score that you could get was like the top score you could get was like a 75. And then the head judge who Jay, he's also like a big painter and stuff like that. So he's won like the LGT best painted and stuff like that. So, he went around to all of the top scoring armies and narrowed it down to the top 9 that he asked to come and be part of the showcase and then go through like extra judging from there. So we sat down with them and kind of went through the army, showing off the different components of our army that we wanted to, like, what kind of conversions we did, what kind of freehand we did, and showing off the different aspects of it and get a closer look. And that was on Tuesday night that we did that. Like after the games were over, that's what we went through. And at the end of that, I scored like a 93 out of 100, which was, blew my mind as you're going through it. I was stoked about that. So, we went through that, and apparently it was a tie between the top three armies.
Right.
And then they, deliberated down through, and I got third, which, I mean, I'm not going to complain. That was awesome. Third out of like 600 people. You kidding me? I was like over the moon. I wore that medal that I've got in my hand there the entire rest of the week. Everywhere I went, I was like wearing that medal. So like I had it with my jersey when I was walking around the event, or even when I would go out at night, like, and stuff like that. If I had changed, like after showering and stuff like that, I still put on the medal just to walk around with it, which was, it was fun. I was like, that meme where it's like, that guy is like popping champagne and celebrating, and then it pans out and he's like at the bottom of the podium. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the podium. That was me. I was basically living that meme, walking around with my award all week. So
awesome.
But yeah, it was so much fun. It was so much fun. So I thoroughly enjoyed every single moment of it. So it was cool.
Yep. There you go. Josh says WTC Warhammer top competitor.
Exactly. That was me. Exactly. Yeah.
Fantastic. So I guess then Thursday they reset for the doubles.
Yep.
The team championships.
The teams. Yeah. So it's an 8-man team event that they have, and the way they break it down at WTC is that each country can have one team. So there was a team from the US, team from Canada, team from 48 other countries, or I guess there was 48 other. There were a couple that were like grouped together, like they had the Gulf Coast countries, which were from Dubai and stuff like that they had that kind of came together as one. And then there was India and Pakistan had a team together, which was kind of cool. And then they had like a UN team, which was like put together of like people that just like applied to put together. So they put together like a UN team to like make sure that all the teams, that they have the right number of teams that can play at the event.
They had teams from like Thailand and Malaysia, and
they had
Japan.
They had Japan, they had China, they had a team from Cyprus, they had a team from Northern Ireland, Wales, Scotland, England, France, Germany, Luxembourg, Hungary, Czechia. They had the Netherlands, Belgium, Israel. They had like a ton. There was like 48. Mexico was there, and they were bringing around bottles of tequila that I can attest was actually very good tequila, and having people like drink from from these bottles that they had the entire week. They showed they posted like a picture on the Discord before they were coming over, and they're like just prepping for to head over for WTC, and it was just like a trunk full of like cases of this tequila, and it was awesome. They were just like wandering around, and it was great. And they have a thing where each country makes up their own, like they get like custom dice that you can do, and there's like a dice trade that you can go around and dice trade. And I got close. I got like 7 away from getting the whole Pokemon set of countries. So it was close. I got to go around, but it was also fun because it means that you get to go up and just like introduce yourself and talk to people from like all these different places, and kind of just like get to know them a bit. And then as you see each other as the week goes on, you get to keep like saying hi and stuff. So yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, I would say that for an extrovert like yourself, that would have been an amazing thing. Yeah.
It's like it was so much fun just like getting to see people. And I got adopted by Team Norway, which you'll see some pictures later on. That there we go, right there. I got adopted by Team Norway. They the first day after the War Masters, I went down I was staying at this hotel called B&B Hotel, and it was awesome. I really like the hotel. If anyone's looking for a recommendation for a hotel in Mechelen, the B&B Hotel is great, but they didn't pay me. Not a sponsor. # not a sponsor. But I, nice. But I went down and I was in the lobby, and one of the guys on the team is a guy I knew who also has a YouTube channel called The Happy Crumper, and he does like competitive stuff on YouTube. And I saw him and I went over to talk to him. He's like, "Oh, just join it. Like, come on." He's like, "Where are you going?" I was like, "Oh, I don't know. I'm just kind of like bouncing around." He's like, "Well, come join us. We're just sitting around talking." I was like, "I don't want to get in the way of your guys' stuff." And he's like, "No, it'll be great." So I sat down and was talking with them, and they were asking, they're like, "So what are your plans for the rest of the week?" And I was like, "I'm just going to be bouncing around. I'm going to be, hanging out and, checking out the different streamers and helping out with them, and then just like seeing what's going on." And they're like, "Well, do you want to become a part of Team Norway?" And I was like, "I mean, yeah, that sounds great." I'm like, I'm of zero strategic value. And they were like, that's fine. You just got to come here. And I was like, I can bring some water to you guys. And then I can be I was like the vibes guy. So I was keeping the vibes immaculate for the team and keeping up all that. So, but yeah, it was awesome. And I did a jersey trade with one of the guys from there. Iric, he traded me his jersey, so I gave him one of one of my Glacial Geek jerseys.
Nice.
And I sold him. I was like, listen, you're the only other person in the entire world other than me that has an Army Painter Factory team jersey. So that's a special one that you've got there. Yeah, so
that's great.
Great.
In the chat, Josh is suggesting that the Mexican team ran away with the sportsmanship score.
I think they finished pretty high. Not gonna lie, they were a blast. They were so much fun. But I think the winners were China. I think they ended up winning the best opponent award
results
because they just did. Yeah, they were just super nice and stuff. But yeah, here's me. This is the kind of contribution I gave to Team Norway, which is stay at a respectable distance and out of the way. So and take pictures of them. That's the way they're getting ready and planning for because it's cool at the teams events. The way it works is like they have like matrices of all their opponent, like the opponent's teams and stuff. So they kind of rank how well they think that their army would do like into other people's armies. And they have this whole matrix. And then what happens is the two teams face off across each other with this like mat in between them. And they put down cards that go into say like what kind of army that it is that they're putting out as like a defender, and then they put the opponents put down two teams that they get to choose from, and it just kind of gets paired off, like choosing, like trying to like get some kind of advantage with tactically based upon the matchups, and then they separate off into all the different places there. It's fun. It's really cool and way beyond my ability to understand.
on the team, there are 8 players.
Yes.
Each of them has an army from a completely different codex. There's no doubling up of codexes or anything like that.
Exactly. And now with 11th edition, they also have to have at least one of each of the dispositions that they have there. So at least one of each disposition needs to be represented in your team, and then you can double up to 3, or like double up from there, like the ones that they have. So
because there are like 5 dispositions, is that right?
Yes. So the other 5, and then you double up 3 of them. So you can't have you can't have one of each and then 3 more of one of them. You can only have like 2 max of each disposition, which is cool. It was kind of fun to see that, like how they do that. So they go into it knowing that their different army plays a different way, because the dispositions are how you play your army. That's how you play the missions, because your mission is going to be dictated by that and their matchups that you have with them. So it was kind of cool to see them like figuring that out and talking about it. And, it was cool. Like they all knew what they were doing. And then they would have something called like the matrix. They would have like an expected score that they expected to score. And then the coaches and the support staff, when they're walking around, they're not allowed to ask like specifics about what's going on, and they can't tell them any information from other tables. Like you're not allowed to tell them information from the other tables how they're doing, but you can say things like hold to matrix, or like push push to try to get more points than you expected, kind of thing. So it was kind of interesting to see how that all went. And I stayed back and did not say anything about that, because that's not I was vibes entirely, vibes and water. I could do that. So
it is a pretty crazy system. But it puts, whenever I think about it, there's a Sun Tzu Art of War story about horse racing. Or 2 warlords bringing their horses, like their top horses, to race each other. And whoever wins the most races gets all the horses. But there's one, so there's the first warlord is very braggadocious, and the other one's a little bit more thoughtful. And so the first warlord puts up his best horse, and the other warlord puts up his like 5th best horse. And of course, the first warlord wins. Then he goes, that's fantastic. I've won. I'm already well ahead. Then he puts up his 2nd best horse, and the other guy puts up his 1st best horse and wins. And then
is able to keep going from there.
There's the offset.
Exactly. And that's kind of what they do. They try to figure it out, and then at the end, like because of the way it works out, the pairings and stuff, like which armies you put up and which armies you expect to come as a defender or whatnot, like trying to like think ahead of what's going on. It's really, really cool to see in action. And like they specifically were like the people who are doing these teams events, like they're some of the best players in the world, but for a lot of them, they love the team event. Like the team event to them is the best kind of event that they have. So it's a growing thing here in the US too. JD from Away Games has been pushing a lot of this. They've been doing like the NTC, like the National Teams Championship and things like that they've been pushing a lot more in the US.
And there's the ATC as well, right?
Yeah, the ATC is part of that now. Like they work together. JD from Away Games and the ATC are put together. They have like a whole string of different events, like 5-man teams and then 8-man teams and stuff like that. So it's cool to see, and it's a completely different experience. The second half of the week was like a way different experience to be a part of than the other one, because it's like you also play games differently. Like you may be like into a matchup that the team only needs you to get like 2 points, like because they score it like based upon how you do, they score it like between 20 and 0, and it's paired off like that. So you have 20 and 0. It's like 20 points are divided between the two players in the game, depending upon how badly or how much you win by.
Right.
Might have a pairing that they're just like, listen, all we need you to do is score a 3. So if you get like a 3 and lose 17-3, like for us, that's how we get a win. If you can get those points. So they'll just like sit back for the game, hold back, and like play the game differently than they would against the singles, where you're scrapping for every single point that you're doing, because the only game that matters is yours, you know. Whereas this one is like it matters how you do for the team, and it's cool to see, and it's like a whole different like a world of strategy that is it's like a whole nother level. It's like a game within a game that is really fun to see enacted, and I think a lot of people really enjoy that aspect of it. And I am not. Sometimes I feel like I'm not smart enough to do that. I could barely keep myself playing a game. So it's cool to see the people that like really know what they're doing be able to do that. So and do it consistently, which is really fun. So
I can comprehend the format. I could not comprehend the nuances for sure.
Oh no, exactly. And that's what it was for me. Like it was this is Eirik, by the way. He's the guy who traded with me. And so that we had to take a picture of us twinning with our Glacial Geek jerseys on there, which was fun. But yeah, like the guy, like when they do like when they would talk about like what they had like done their matrix, like figured out like the score that they expected to get, they were always like really close to it too. Like they were always really close to how many points they thought the team was going to get. And I was, just amazed by that, because I feel like it would just be like, if I said a number, it would just be like a shot in the dark that I have no idea how it's going to, play out, but they knew exactly what those kind of matchups were and like what they could play into it. So it was cool. It was cool to see it all happening. So
excellent. Oh, that's good. I saw that. I did see that Team USA eventually won the.
Yeah, they won. It was like the last set, like it was like down to the last games too. It was awesome. Like Germany, like France had it in hand, and then Germany was paired into France the last game, and they pushed and did like way better than either team expected them to do, which meant that Team USA was able to like snag a tie with I think Team Sweden, and were able to get that. So it was nuts. It was crazy. There was lots of people really excited, and then some that were fairly disappointed, but it was cool to see it all happen.
Yeah, I did see what I was looking at, somebody had commented and said, "Oh, Team Sweden, 4th place again." And somebody responded with, "It was 2 points difference between 4th place and 1st place."
Yep, it was nuts. It was absolutely nuts. It was like so close that you're coming down to it. And even Team Norway, they were 1 game point away from beating Team Switzerland, and they ended up with a draw against Switzerland. And they were 2 team points away from earning the draw with Belgium, and they lost by that. But it's like you're talking about like margins of difference here between like they were that close to going like really, really well into this. And it's just like it's so fun to see like how close it gets, like because these are like the best players in the world that are coming together. So like they're playing the best 40K that you could imagine going
out there and cool. Representing their team on the
exactly and they've got stage. They got their, it's like the they were calling it like the Olympics of 40K, because it's like all these people have like their country on their on their chest, like on these jerseys that they're wearing, carrying around the flags and stuff. So it's that added level of like of pride that they've got going into it is fun to see. It's fun to see.
Yeah. No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. Next up, you mentioned that there was a painting competition.
Yeah, there was the painting crusade. It's been going on for 16 years that they've had this had a painting competition.
Cool.
And it's I don't know if it started as part of the WTC or not. But
Right.
now it is. Now it's like integrated into the WTC. And they had a painting competition. It was an open painting competition. And you were able to make an one entry in each of the different categories they had. So I basically just entered some of my stuff that I had from my army that I've been working on, because those are the ones I had with me, and I was bringing them with me. And I wasn't playing for the second half I wasn't playing for the last weekend, because that's when they held it, was the last weekend. So I was able to put in some models from my army in there, but they also had like speed painting competitions and things like that. So it was really cool. But I was actually talking to Adam, and I was like, I feel like there's like room for more that we could do, because I think it would be kind of cool to have like, factory team members doing lessons like the rest of the week or something like that. It would be kind of cool to see that happening. But
yeah, for sure.
But yeah, it was really cool. So yeah, so I had 3 entries that I entered into the competition. I had that's my converted Iron Priest, for the singles. Then I had a squad of head takers for my squad, and then I had my Invictor Warsuit, my tabletop burden, but also my painting crown glory there. Yeah, exactly. In there for larger models. So
excellent.
And those are my 3 entries.
How did you do?
There we go. I got 3 awards. I got 2 silvers and a bronze. I got bronze for the single miniature, and then silver for the squad and the larger model. And I was thrilled. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. These are my my second, third, and fourth painting competition awards, because I got the notable entry pin for Golden Demon, which was amazing. But then to come back with that guy, yeah, exactly. So he's racking up the hardware there. So which is pretty fun. Awesome. Yeah. So, and then I got the 3 awards, and these are my first coin awards, which I know is like the currency of painting competitions, but it's not something that I've obviously been a part of much. So it was fun to get the painting currency, if you will, my doubloons.
Awesome. That's cool.
Yeah,
that's
it was
great
cool.
stuff.
It was really fun. So yeah, very excited. So I went over there, and I came home with basically an award in every single thing that I was doing, which was
you competed in.
Yeah, I can't complain about that. That was awesome.
Yeah.
And this is the Belgian kill team teams team.
The team who were playing kill team.
Yeah. The team from Belgium that was playing kill team in the teams event.
Should we call them a posse? The kill team posse.
Yeah, the kill team posse for the teams event. There we go. And they also adopted me. So I was adopted by 2 countries, Norway for 40K, and then Belgium for the teams event. And what happened was Lilith, who's the woman there on the, if you're looking at the picture on the left there, all the way to the far side there, she was doing one of the speed paint competitions, and I saw her over there doing it, and saw her hanging around there. And then I went out to go get some lunch, and she happened to be in line ahead of me. And I just started talking to her. I was like, so did you, are you here for the painting and you doing that? She's like, oh no, I'm actually registered to go, I'm here with Team Belgium for the kill team. And I was like, oh, that's super cool. And I was like, do you have any entries in the painting competition? She's like, no, I kind of like registered late, so I wasn't really part of that. I wasn't able to get it like together in time for doing. And I was like, oh, that's cool. That's fine. So that was it. Just like, have a good day. And that sounds like good. And I was wandering around as I was wont to do and I was over in the kill team area, and I was talking to some of the judges, because I know the judges from like different events that I've done. And I've been on one of the judges. I've been on his podcast before, back when I was doing more kill team stuff. So I was just talking with them, hanging out, and I saw her over there, and I went over to talk to her, and I was like, oh, how's it going? Like, how you doing? She's like, oh, we're good. We're having fun. I was like, oh, that's awesome. And I saw a bunch of the people over the kill team area had like these bracelets on, and I was like, oh, what's the bracelets for? Is like, and they were like, oh, they're doing a dinner over, outside, because they did a barbecue dinner that they were welcoming. The 40K teams didn't sign up for it. It was the Kill Team and then the X-Wing teams decided to do it. So they were doing a barbecue, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I was like, so you guys are going to do that? And she was like, oh no, my boyfriend's going to stay and do it, but I registered late, so I wasn't able to get up to sign up for it. And I was like, that's not right. That's not. Yeah. I'm not going to let that fly. So I was like, hold on a second. I'm gonna see what I can do. So I went over and like exactly. You know, I was pulling my my big deal strings, and went and talked to Tom, who's like the head organizer for WTC, and I was like, hey, what's the deal with the dinner thing? And he was like, oh yeah, they're doing it. And I was like, could I sign up for that? And like, he's like, sure, yeah, let's say you signed up. That sounds great. I was like, cool. I was like, also, there's a woman who's part of the support team for Team Belgium, and she registered late and wasn't able to sign up. Can we get her on it too? And he was like, absolutely. So he sent over like the head guy for Kill Team over there and brought her over, and she was like, oh my God, thank you so much. And I was like, oh, absolutely. I was like, I wasn't going to let that kind of like that thing. I was like, you have to go home while everyone else is having fun. You kidding me? No way. Not going to fly.
Not going to happen.
Yeah. Not going to happen. So I was out there. I was just having, the dinner. I was out there. And their team like came out and like sat down. They're like, they saw me and they're like, hey, how's it going? I'm like, good. I'm like, are you eating by yourself? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, no, come here. So they brought me over, and then we started talking, and they were, telling me stories. Like one of the things they told me about was they had there was a beer there called Manablusa, which translates to moon firefighter. And this is what I get for being adopted by Team Belgium, because they could tell me these cool stories. And what it came from was back in the day when they built the cathedral at Mechlin. At one point there was a big moonrise that had occurred, and it was like the moon was like this, like a golden moon that was rising behind the cathedral, and everyone from the city that was on the other side of the cathedral from the moon thought that the cathedral is on fire. So they all activated and like ran to the cathedral to put out the fire that just turned out to be the moon. So there's the story of the moon. They became known as like the moon firefighters. Yeah. So they named one of the local beers after it, which I thought was really cool. But awesome. Yeah, they were awesome. They were just like welcoming me. And then I kept talking and hanging out with them like the rest of the weekend and stuff like that. And they invited me onto like their team Discord and stuff like that, because they're like pushing to like build like Kill Team in Belgium too. So it was awesome. It was really, really fun to just be able to like, meet these new people that I now have like, adopted families in Norway and in there. So it was cool. Awesome. It was fun. Yeah.
Josh says if you pass up barbecue, they won't let you back in Georgia.
No, exactly. I had to do it, right? I had to try it to see how it was. So yeah, it was good. It was fun. So awesome. Yes, this is the drop site, Deep Strike Diaries. So they have a YouTube channel that they stream to, and they were doing streaming of the War Masters event that they had there. Okay. So they had originally, like before the event, we had gotten in touch and we were talking, and I said, I would come see them. And so when I went over there early, since I was there early, I went over and saw them when they were setting up, and we just started hitting up and talking. And we hung out like the whole, like the first half of the week while they were still there. So that was the stream setup that they had there. And I was on the stream with them for one of the days, which was one of the games, which was awesome. Got my butt handed to me by one of the players from Team China. He just like wiped the floor with me, but it was a lot of fun. I had a good time, and I think I was pretty entertaining. So they said they was good. So, but yeah, they were awesome people. So go check them out. They're Deep Strike Diaries. They do streaming, I think, weekly of 40K games and stuff like that. And they were really great people, really, really awesome people. So really loved it. Yeah.
That was cool.
There was a bunch of different streamers from like around the world. There was like Spanish language streamers. There was French Wargame Studios, which is a big one that was covering they were covering both the War Masters and the teams event. And then Joe from Wargames Live, he flew over from the United States to cover this. He was doing the same thing. So yeah, there was like a bunch of them. They had streamers for Kill Team and for X-Wing as well that were doing it. So it was awesome. It was awesome to see like I think there was something like 12 streamers all told that were there, like stream groups there. Yeah, it was really, really cool. Really, really awesome.
A lot of content being streamed.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of cool to see like this kind of event that was being put out there. Like that was, not only are there people there that are like representing from around the world, there were people around the world that were able to see it like in their language, which was really cool.
Yeah. So
oh,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, this is my this is a family picture here with me and Team Norway. Me with my Norway jersey.
Awesome.
So being the ridiculous American there that I am. So they loved it. They loved it. I was able to bring that ridiculous energy that I bring to literally everything I do. So
Yep. Fantastic.
So, yeah, it was so much fun.
That's cool.
Yeah, they were great people. And here's me walking around Mechlin with my WTC medal. Like I said, I was wearing it everywhere. So walking through town, going out to get some lunch, I was wearing that medal everywhere. It was so much fun. It was so much fun to be able to do that and just go around. Man, that city was gorgeous. I miss it already.
Awesome.
Yeah,
that was cool. Nice. And then so well, before we jump into this, let's just sort of, I guess, wrap up discussion on the WTC as an event. I didn't realize that it was all of those things happening across that entire week.
Yeah,
a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, it was huge. It was awesome.
Yeah, as Brendan mentioned, maybe I do underestimate the amount of 40K people want to play in 5 days.
Yeah, or even Kill Team. Even Kill Team, like they were playing
days.
like 3 games a day, and like there were people that were doing the singles and then went into the teams. Like they were playing tons of games. It was crazy. It was awesome to see everything. So
yep, absolutely wild.
Yeah, wild but fun.
Again, I think my tournament days are over, but it is exciting to see that there are events that can provide that for
absolutely folks. Yeah, you say your tournament days are over, but I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you now that you're looking into making like an 11th edition army. We'll get you.
Not for a tournament, no.
Yeah, next year's Goonhammer in Baltimore. You don't even have to go that far. Be right there.
I might be in I might be in Texas, or I might be
that might be the same weekend. So I'm sure you'll find a reason
to be somewhere else. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're like, oh, I have to go somewhere, and you just lock yourself in your murder basement.
Going to be doing another thing.
Yeah,
but excellent. Oh, Harry Hickle has joined us. Hi, Harry. Says it sounds amazing.
It really is. I can't emphasize how much if you get the chance to, you should go. It's such a cool experience. And I signed up to just do the singles event. And you don't have to be, part of the teams there. You can just go and do the singles event. They also have you can apply to be like a merc. So if a team can't, someone has to drop or can't make it or whatever, you can sign up to play, games for another one of the countries. And then they also have UN team that they put together. So there's ways to participate over there without having to be number one in the world. So there was, like I said, there were 600 people that were doing the singles tournament. So anyone could sign up for that. It was awesome.
Yeah. Excellent. Brendan says, what about a team tournament, Dave? I know one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll run a doubles again.
There we go. I know. Yeah. There we go.
So we were talking before, but Brendan was asking me if in this episode we were going to announce the factory team tournament team for Adepticon next year, and I said, no, I don't know where that's at. I know that there was a moment there where it might have been you, Sam, Jake, and Courtney.
Yeah,
but
I'm not sure where it's going to end up, because part of that equation was this whole quest for the top of the ITC going way better than I ever imagined it going. And one of my top scores that I have is from my results from Adepticon, where I also came in third. So I it's hard for me to turn down those points, because here's the thing, is this has been so much fun, this whole journey, building and painting and conceptualizing new ideas and pushing myself with painting. My painting skills have improved just precipitously, unbelievable amount. In the last year, my painting has improved more so than I would probably say in the 10 years before that, because I've pushed myself. I've wanted to, and I've been inspired by all of the stuff that you guys have been doing in the factory team, and my time in the factory team has really driven me to want to try harder and do more. So I like this so much, and it kind of feels like this is my thing. This is the resident gamer, but gaming with a purpose for painting. And it's hard for me to turn down those points from Adepticon to do the teams, and I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not saying definitely not, but it's I don't know. We'll see.
Well, if you make it to the top, if you end the year on top, then you don't have to go and achieve it again next year. You can.
It's true,
right?
It's true.
Yeah,
I could
plan.
Yeah, but then I'll lose my medallion status on flights, right?
Well, maybe that's the new plan.
Exactly.
Travel to more events than you did in 2026.
It's true. I will say, after going to this, like I want to travel internationally a lot more too, because man, it's so fun to go out there and just like travel internationally for Warhammer, like specifically because it's like you go there and you're in a you're in a place that you maybe don't speak the language and that you don't necessarily know everything that's going on. But then you come together for this tournament, and there's that common language of the hobby that everyone can appreciate each other's effort that they put into their armies, or understands like how the game works. That you come together, and there's that common knowledge that you have, that common like commonality that you have between everyone. That is just awesome. It really is awesome, and it really feels like when you go to these international tournaments, you go there. It makes the world feel smaller in a good way. It makes it feel like, it's like, anytime that you go and meet people from it, exactly, more connected. It makes the world feel like you're, there's a lot less differences between us than we sometimes are led to believe. So it's fun to go over there and be able to, roll some dice with a bunch of nerds from all over the world that, that feel the same way that you do about this hobby. And there's something like really fulfilling about that I really, really, really enjoyed.
Yeah. No, that's great. Awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
I 100% agree.
Yeah.
So the other thing that we wanted to talk with you about, or in particular, I wanted to talk with you about to learn more about it. Mainly because, like a bunch of towards the end of last season, I said, "Hey, I'm going to be working on a new 40k army for 11th edition. I could either do this Imperial Guard army or this essentially trader guard army," and asked for comments on the video, and the comments spoke, and it turns out I'm going for the Imperial Guard army.
Nice.
So that's been chosen for me. But looking at the way that armies are built now, again, I had this struggle when we switched from like 2nd edition to 3rd edition Horus Heresy. It became much more involved. This is a little bit more involved, and I like to make I like to make good choices up front. They're not always the best choices, but as long as they're not the worst choices.
Yeah, absolutely. And the game does play considerably different in how you score points and win a game, but the mechanics of 11th edition are fairly similar to 10th. Like this was it seems like every other edition change that they do is a big like watershed change in the way they do the game. This one kept a lot of the mechanics the same. They tweaked some of how certain rules played, and they tweaked the way that certain things interact. But the big change that they have is that they did was changing over where the literally the missions that you play, the games that you play, are determined in list building versus being determined just by the luck of the draw of the mission that everyone's playing the exact same way. Right. And it's taken a bit to wrap my mind around it. And I went 2 and 4 at WTC. So I obviously haven't solved the equation yet.
Right.
But what's fun about it is that you can go into building a list knowing the kind of game that the missions that you're going to play, and you can build your army towards that, which I think is phenomenal. And it makes it fun, and it makes it so that you can build the kind of army and build the kind of force that you want to, and have them play the game that you want them to without feeling like you're getting left behind. So if you like in the previous edition, 10th edition, for instance, one of the big one was if you had something like Gene Stealer Cult, you were going against You were going up against Imperial Knights. If you were playing Purge the Foe, it was going to be like a ridiculous uphill battle for that Gene Stealer Cult army, because you had to kill more units than your opponent, and your opponent has like 5 giant knights, and the odds that you're going to kill more giant knights than he's going to kill little Griblies was like pretty much impossible. Yeah, unlikely, very unlikely. And you still had the secondaries you could do, and you still work towards playing on those, but you were already behind the 8 ball right off the bat. Right. Whereas in this edition, that same matchup will have a specific mission that you guys are going to be playing, and you're going to have specific things that you're going to be going towards that are designed to complement the way that your army was built, especially when you're making the list. So to me, it feels like it feels a lot more fun in that way, that you're not beholden to the luck of the draw on your opponent and the mission dependent upon what's going on in the tournament. And it also allows you to like play different ways, even if you're just playing with your friends in the basement. Like you can, if your friend just happened to be running Imperial Knights and you just happen to be doing Gene Stealer Cult, you would have to avoid certain missions. Whereas now you could play and you have the disposition that you're playing to, and the game's going to be a lot more fun. Like you're going to be in it more, you're going to be part of it more, and you're going to find yourself like part of it for a lot longer than you would previously, which I think is great, makes the game more fun.
I'm just when you started talking about Gene Stealer Cult, it was like, I haven't looked at those yet on the 40K app. It does look like I'm not 100% sure, but it does look like they've opened up the app to everybody again, like they did at the beginning of 10th.
Yeah.
And so you can go and check out all of the codexes.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's the case, or if that's just I've been grandfathered in because I bought these codexes for 10th. And so
the 10th edition codexes are the same ones until they get replaced. So I think you'll have access to that until they come out with their new one in this edition. Yep. I think the first one's coming out as Orcs. It goes on pre-order, I think, next week, if I remember.
Oh no, okay, yeah. So when I go to look at Necrons, if I click on Annihilation Bar, just locked content.
I
don't get to look at that.
Yeah. So you still have the locked content. But what's cool though is that they have a new system called the War Journal, where you can connect with your opponent. If you both have the app, you can connect with your opponent through a code, and it will actually give you access to their list and their army rules that you can look at in your app while you're playing the game, so that you don't have so that you can have access to all the things. So if you have a question, you don't have to get them to give you like their book or like point it out on the thing. You can just look it up yourself if you want to. Right. So you don't it keeps things going like a little bit smoother, which is awesome. I think that's great. Like it just shows, and especially when you're doing something like playing at something like WTC or the World Championships, like they'll get access to my list in their language, so they don't have it even knocks down a little bit more of that communication barrier that you might have. So
no, that sounds good.
Yeah,
cool. This first photo that we've got here is your last game, or like your last tournament of 10th edition.
Yeah, and also last game, because this was what I brought. I brought this with me to Edmonton for the Edmonton Open that I went up to there. Jake was there, and we went up to kind of support. There was a bunch of us, yeah, exactly, yeah. So GamesCon Canada, we were up there supporting Courtney, fellow teammate, and it was great. We were this was the last game. These were like the last competitive games of 10th edition that were played. So because it happened on the last weekend, like after they'd already released like the rules and people had access to all the things. So I had to like make sure I didn't update my app so that I didn't like have it kick over to 11th edition. Yeah, exactly. And I needed to keep it together. And I was trying to keep myself from like thinking about 11th edition too much, so I didn't confuse myself during the tournament. So I was a little bit behind the 8 ball when it came to 11th edition. I didn't get to like dive in as quickly as everyone else. So but yeah, this was my last 10th edition list that I brought with me. You will notice that the Invictor Warsuit is still there, because he was still he followed me
up the front here.
Yeah. Yep.
Nope.
He stayed with me. He did not change over there. So
right. I do notice you've got there's a Land Raider here and a Vindicator over here.
Yes. So I had my Vindicator and I had my Land Raider Redeemer. I also had, I think in this list, had some Jump Pack Intercessors.
And you've got Thunderwolves here?
Yep, I had some Thunderwolves. I had this list was it's a different beast than the one I've got currently, especially for 11th edition.
Yeah.
And the idea is, as you can see in this one, there's more Terminators in this one. I lost the Land Raider. I've got the new Land Speeders in there. I got the Brutalis, and kind of what happens here is the change to 11th edition. Which Scary's in the chat. He can tell because he was at WTC. Yeah, he was at WTC. He was coaching Team Canada. So, and they did a fantastic job. They did a great job. So I got to hang out with them. They were some of the first teams to adopt me at hanging out at Bar Popular, which is the bar that all the teams go to at afterwards. Team Canada invited me and hung out with them. So I got to hang out with them, which was a lot of fun. And then Heresy's over here asking for the psychic phase, like he needs that for his for all his Eldar bikes. Doesn't need more psychic phase. You kidding me? So yeah. So so like the changeover, like for in 10th edition, because the missions were already predetermined, like you had to have like way more flexibility to do all of the different missions as they came up. And you more generalized kind of lists did better in 10th edition because you needed to be able to like react. You had to do different things, and there was still like they were still going into like the detachments. Like you still had ways that like things played differently depending upon what you went with them. It was still fun, but now because of the fact that the first thing you really want to do is you want to come up with the detachments that you use so you can figure out what your disposition is going to be. And that's where you start making lists, because that disposition is going to tell you how you're scoring points going for the rest of the game.
Okay, so just to sort of go over with folks. So previously in 10th edition, there would be like in a codex, there might be like between 3 and 6 detachments.
Yes.
Something like that. Each of them geared towards supporting, or having a special rule that supported a particular type of unit. It might be Terminators, or it might be cavalry, or it might be tanks, or something like that. Or an interaction between tech marines and tanks or whatever. Yeah. Now the detachments give you that you can have a whole bunch of them. In this case, for Astra Militarum, for the Imperial Guard, there are, I should have counted these beforehand, there are 11 detachment possibilities. Yeah. So and the idea is, sorry, go on. Oh, no, go for it.
I was going to say, so the idea was in the previous edition, all the detachments were more generalized. So they would affect your whole army in like with a certain way of doing it. Like they had the previous one they had was like, for instance, for Space Marines, they had Gladius, which would give you the doctrines that you could do, but that would affect your entire army and what they had there. So when they changed over into 11th edition, they started to do detachment points. So you could have an up to 3 detachment points worth of detachments that you played into them. And the stronger that a detachment was, and the more general that a detachment was, the more likely it would be to get like a higher cost. So some of the really good ones that they had from 10th edition, when they ported it over into 11th edition, were 3 detachment points in and of themselves. So you would only get 1 detachment that you could choose from. But they also had some of the weaker ones, the ones that weren't performing as well, but were still kind of generalized. They still affected like the whole army. They turned those ones into like 2 detachment points. So it gave you an extra detachment point that you could use to add like a second detachment. And a lot of the single detachment point detachments, the 1 detachment point detachments, they're designed to be very specific. So like what you're saying, for instance, in my list in 11th edition, I run 2 detachments in my list. I run the Saga of the Great Wolf, which used to be a more generalized. It's a generalized list. It's sort of like the Space Wolf specific version of Gladius. So I have like different hunting packs that I do, and it gives buffs to my whole army that I have there. But it was the Space Wolves were never like as dominant as some of the other Space Marines that they had there. So they made it a 2-point detachment, which was great because then I could add in the 1-point detachment of the Legends of Song and Saga, which is benefits Terminators, and gives them you can add enhancements onto Terminator squad. So for instance, my current list, I have one squad that has an enhancement that gives them +1 OC, so they're better at holding objectives. And then I have another one that gives them +1 toughness, so it gives them better at like surviving and holding out. And the detachment gives my Terminators +1 inch on the charge when they come out of +1 inch when they charge. And then with Logan Grimnar, I can drop him in turn 1, so that there's that synergy that you build as you're putting together the different detachments, that you start to come up with, formulate like a game plan on how you want your army to do what it's going to do. So I have a lot more Terminators in my list now, because my disposition for these are take and hold, which means that I want to go and take objectives and hold objectives and be able to kill things in order to score my points in my primary. And that's what like those kind of big chunky units of Terminators are really good at doing, or having some of these like a faster moving unit, sort of like my land speeder, being able to jump up and try to take an objective or skirmish with units. And then I have some scouts to be able to like take land and stuff like that. So you start to come up with a game plan based upon your dispositions that come from having your different detachments. And then from there, you start to build a list that's able to accomplish those missions that you already know you're going to be playing going forward anyway, because that's the way they have it now, which is, I think, a lot more fun. Makes it a lot more fun to be able to figure all that out.
Cool. So with the one that I pulled out here, I pulled out Siege Regiment, because the theme of the army that I talked about last season was basically like an artillery regiment, or artillery element of a regiment. So Siege Regiment seemed to be the one for me. Looking at their Siege Regiment is a 2 detachment point detachment. Yeah. So I could just go with that and not need to dip into any of the other detachments, right? I don't have to have 3 detachment points.
You don't have to, but that's also sort of like playing a 2,000 point game with only 1,750 points. You know, like
sure. I'm not saying I haven't done that before, but
yeah, I know exactly. I know. I'm going to tournaments. Okay. So yeah, I would suggest fight, because some of the other one detachment point detachments out there are going to give you like more tools. They give you a couple more stratagems. They might give you some enhancements that you might want to use, and they just give you like another something that you can try. Like, you don't have to necessarily lean into that one as much as I did with my detachment builds, but they also might be able to give you another option for disposition. Like this one you can see there, it's what's the disposition? It's disruption.
Disruption. Yep.
Yeah, so it's got disruption as your detachment there. But if you add in some of the other ones that are one detachment points, they might have an option for another disposition that you can choose from. Maybe it plays a way that you would prefer to play, even with the siege regiment stuff that you're going to be on there.
I think the one that I was looking at is Designation Force. It is basically, it's all about like scouts, like small units of scouts rushing ahead and tagging targets or that kind of thing. And their force disposition is reconnaissance. So
so if you add that in there, now you have a choice. You know, for tournaments, you determine this at the beginning, like in list building. But if you're just going to be playing with friends and stuff like that, you can make that decision kind of like, you know, the game time decision kind of thing. Right. But you would just choose that disposition, and that will determine like what the matchup for your game is going to be. But it just gives you a few more options then, because now you have 2 different dispositions to choose from, as opposed to being locked into the one, and at no additional cost to you. Because you could even take that detachment, not run any of the scouts, and not have to bother with anything, and just use it to try to play recon or something like that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So,
radio. That's interesting. And you mentioned before about like enhancements and that kind of thing. Yeah. Those can. Okay, I guess those enhancements can be put on certain. There's a specified units that they can be put on.
Yeah, absolutely.
But some of those might be in your other detachment, so you could cross them over. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I still had Terminators in my list before I had access to the Legends of Song and Saga. So I still had Terminators in my list. So it didn't necessarily completely change how I built my list because I really liked how they operated. I had them anyway. This just made them better. And then I had that enhancement that I could put onto them to allow me to do what I needed to for the other stuff anyway. So yeah, it just gave me access to that stuff. And the way the enhancements work now is where previously a lot of the enhancements were only onto characters. Now you have access of them into these other units, and it'll specify again which units are specifically being that you can put them onto, and you kind of go from there.
Okay, radio.
Yeah.
One of the things that I have been seeing a lot on battle reports, and I haven't found where it is in the rules yet.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's there, but when we've been talking about dispositions, it's like the key thing that everybody's talking about is what disposition you're going for.
Yeah.
We talked beforehand. There are like 5 dispositions. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Whereabouts in the rules are they?
Sure.
Really dumb. Right.
No. Yeah.
I have my core rules here.
Yeah.
And when I looked at the delightful index at the back, it was like, it doesn't say dispositions.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they have. If I'm being honest, I'm now living on the app. So, but you have access to that if you go into the app, which I mean you have there, and you go into reference, you can search for the different dispositions if you want in there, and it will bring up the information. So,
reference. Okay, yeah, I'm in reference. And whereabouts would that be? Core rules.
Let's give them the layouts. Hold on.
I couldn't find it in there.
It's in. I know it's in the It might be in the deck. Do you have the card deck?
I do, but it seems like a really weird thing to do, right?
Yeah.
If you're focusing the game around doing a particular thing. Let me look at something else here. Maybe I need to just... Nope. I thought maybe if I just tapped take and hold.
Yeah.
It would give it to me. But no.
I don't know. That's weird.
Okay.
That's weird. That's like one of those things that I have. Yeah.
On your rules? No.
It will say it in your detachment, like in your list that you build there. Oh yeah, Brendan's saying there. Yeah, they'll have that if you go to the information. They'll have it there.
Right.
I think it should. Maybe.
Yeah. I know that if I look at my lists from 10th edition, there are little sort of warning signs next to them. I'm sure they're saying these lists are no longer valid.
Yeah.
But yeah. But anyway, so the 5 are take and hold, reconnaissance,
take and hold, reconnaissance,
priority assets,
priority assets, and recon. Wait,
recon. No, I said
sorry. Recon. I was talking at the same time as you. I'm going to stop talking. One of us can talk, and the other one can say yes.
take and hold. Purge the foe. Take and hold, which is obviously get to an objective, grab the objective, hold the objective.
Yep.
Purge the foe, which is kill more than your opponent does.
Yeah.
Reconnaissance. What's that one do? Do you know what that one is?
You have to do, I think, actions in certain areas and control different areas of the board. So you have the guy I was playing, actually, the one who wiped the table with me from Team China. He was playing Adeptus Custodes with Recon, and it was just he had to control different sections of the board. He had to have units in different ones.
Yep.
That got him different points against me. And the idea is that the way the mission is determined is based upon the combination of dispositions. So if I have taken hold and you're running disruption, that will determine what our mission is. It's that pairing of dispositions that determine the mission that you're going to be playing, and you're going to be going for a different, unless it's like a mirror match, unless it's like disruption versus disruption. You're going to be doing something different than what I'm doing, and a lot of times they're designed so that they come in conflict because they want, it would be really weird if we both just sat on opposite sides of the table and didn't like interact. That would make for a very boring game, if that's what we were trying to do. But they're designed to conflict and create a game. But it's what happens with it is that you have that pairing of dispositions determines what your primary objective is going to be.
Right. Okay. So that there's no specific rule about that disposition. It just has a name, and when you pair it against another name, it'll tell you what the rule now is.
Yeah. Yeah. So like if you look in the card deck, they have because this is the way I know about it, because if you have in the card deck, and it'll also determine when you set up like pairings like in the app, like with the missions.
Yep.
Is when you collect those pairings, you in the card deck, they have like a list for each of the different dispositions that you look up what your opponent's one is against, and it tells you what mission you're going to be doing based upon what your opponent's disposition is in relation to yours. Right. And then you look at your primary, and it's going to be different than theirs is, but it's going to be kind of related. Like they're designed to kind of like conflicts that you have interactions.
Right. Okay. Cool. Yeah. That's no, it's good. I'm glad I know that now.
No, absolutely.
I can stop searching. I was looking for a page that said "take and hold" means.
No. Yeah, the mission that you're going to be playing is going to be determined based upon what your opponent's one is as well. That's going to determine what your primary mission is going to be, and that's going to determine how you're going to be scoring those primary points. So, but there's a list. There's going to be a list of 5 possible missions that you're going to face. That you can plan for. So like when you're making your list, when you're figuring out what it is that you want to do with your army, you can see what those 5 different missions are going to be, and make sure that you plan to have the units or like the what you have going on, have a game plan already ahead of time to score those points and what it is that you want to do. So for instance, like I said, I have taken hold. I want to go grab the center. So I have a unit of with Logan Grimnar and a 5-man Terminator squad that have the enhancement that gives them +1 OC. So suddenly that's a 12 OC unit of chunky boys that are really hard to lift off of terrain.
Right.
And they just run to the middle, sit on one of those objectives, fight you off, while I have the 10-man brick of Terminators with Arjac Rockfist with +1 toughness that deep strike turn 1 and just run into your line. And you have like the whole plan is that like it takes you longer to fight them off than you have rounds in the game to score points. Right. So sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't. Then I lose. So I'm like I said, I haven't completely figured out the puzzle. Obviously, if I'm going 2 and 4, but it's fun to start to think about that way and like have a reason why you have units in there. Like I said, in 10th edition, I was always have like these like action monkey units that I would want in a list that are specifically there to go do actions because they were a bigger part of it. Whereas in this new edition, the secondaries, there are fewer actions that are involved, but there are certain dispositions that require you to do actions in order to score your primary. But for me, take and hold, not so much. So I don't need those same like smaller, faster units to go off and do secondaries as much as I did in the previous edition. So it means that I can now design my list a bit differently. I can move those points into something else, like a bigger, chunkier unit that's going to help me go grab and hold an objective for me to score my points. And then secondaries are still going to be a secondary. You still draw them, but they're not as you now can keep those secondary cards. So you have time to like respond and do things differently. So you can score them in later turns. Now you keep those until you score them, which makes it more fun in my opinion. Cause it's not like, well, if I had another turn, I could do this, but now I'm left with either scoring it now or getting rid of them. And that seems frustrating. You know what I mean? Whereas now you can just keep them and you just keep building up more and more cards. So you can keep gunning through and trying to get your points. There's still like a max of 15 points in secondaries and maximum of 15 points in primaries that you can score
per time
in each turn.
Right. Okay.
But you can still keep those secondary cards until you score them, so you can score 15 points later on in a different round. You're not stuck and falling behind quite as much as you would if you had like a slower start.
I'm pretty sure that having that build up, that I get to a point and I do one thing that would cause the collapse, or like the scoring of 4 or 5 or 6 of those cards, and I'd be like, oh, I just scored 43 points, but I can only take 15 of them.
But now that's the thing, is like, you don't have to score them anymore. Now you have the option of scoring with them, because there's certain secondary. There's also certain secondaries that they have. It's great.
Custom designed for me.
Exactly. So they have like certain secondaries now that you actually score more points if you wait to score it during your opponent's turn. So like one of them is they have there's a secondary called Display of Might, which is you have to have more units in no man's land than your opponent has units in no man's land. And if you score it during your turn, you score, I think, 2 or 3 points. Whereas if you wait until your opponent's turn, you score 5 points if you at the end of your opponent's turn if you have more units in no man's land. Basically meaning, because it's more difficult because your opponent has the opportunity now to respond, come out, kill some of your units, or put more of their units out there to prevent you. But you can hold off on scoring it. Even if you did have more units at the end of your turn, you can wait to score it at a later turn to score those. And at the end of the day, you can max out your secondary score with only 3 rounds of scoring. If you scored 15 points, turn 3, 4, and 5, you maxed out your secondary. Same thing with primary. If you scored 15, 3, 4, and 5, you could do it. So if you have a slow start, if you just like things aren't going quite the way you needed them to turn 1, or you built a list that's designed to like start to take position further on, if you can get them into position that they'll then score those max points each of the rounds, you don't have to score anything turn 1 and 2 and still be able to max out for 100, which is great, because it means that you can come back from behind. So even if it is looking rough at first, like if your opponent has does the opposite, like scores 1, 2, and 3, they score 15 points each round for both of those, they might be able to max out their points by the end of round 3, and then maybe they start to lose units, they start to peter off their ability to do these things, and then you have the chance to try to catch up. It doesn't mean that you're completely out of it.
Nice. Cool. Just quickly going to say bye to Harry and bye to Dave Hummel, who have to depart. Prepare get to bed for early days at work tomorrow. Cool. Okay. No, that's cool. Thank you for that. I think that has helped me understand a lot. It's helped me understand why I couldn't find the little thing that said reconnaissance means. I now understand how those things go together. Good. I can start to plan a list, I guess.
For when we play together on the Teams tournament,
and then make some purchases. No. But anyway, we'll see how things go. But anyway, cool. Are you ready to have a look at some miniatures from the Build Paint Play community group?
I love it. It was funny. At WTC, there were a couple of people that wanted to show me pictures of their minis, and they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry if this is bothering you." I'm like, "No. I love looking at pictures of painted minis. Like I love it. Like you're not bothering me at all."
Awesome. We didn't have a chance to do this last week because Trent had to duck out towards the end of the show. But so we have some from previous week and some for this week. So cool. Let's jump in and take a look. I guess actually this is also the point where I should be saying don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, leave a comment after the show, or you can leave a comment in the chat as well, but do all those fun things. And if you want to check out the Facebook community, there's a link to the group down below, downstairs
in the murder basement of comments.
It has a sub cellar. It's full of lime and anyway,
exactly.
So first up, Alex Dingle has got a few entries here. This is he worked on this commissar for his Nurgle themed PDF. So
the old models, I remember these.
So
I had a bunch of these when I first started out.
Some pretty cool looking stuff there. Looking good there, Alex. These go pew and also pew pew. Indeed. Alex also shared some Harlequins. has been working on. So absolutely
some of those patterns are
stuff.
something that they would look in place in Heresy's stuff in his videos.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Yep. They're nice and super bright.
Yeah, super bright. The hair metal, they look like they're
Yeah. Yep.
Love it.
They got some great spandex on.
Yeah, exactly. Love it.
Looking good, Alex. And Alex also shared his epic
Cool.
Eldar army.
Yeah.
This is on the same backdrop that he used for the week before for his Exodites.
Nice.
That he has previously painted up before these new ones were announced.
Oh, there we go.
But yeah, these do look cool. He's got some of the very old, the old original, the Adeptus Titanicus Eldar Knights in the back here.
Yeah, that's cool.
Which look great. Yes, it is epic.
That is epic, yeah. And it's got plenty of Eldar bikes there for you, Heresy.
Yeah, look at them all.
You'd feel comfortable with that.
Yeah, looking great. And the of course the old cardboard buildings with the. Oh, I just noticed there's more Guardians up the top there.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yep. So neat stuff. And also he's worked on this trailer here as a Griffin. So the
cool
mortar platform.
Yeah.
For his PDF units. But yeah, that's looking cool. I like that as an idea. It's just a kind of a throw a mortar gun on the back of a
that is cool
trailer.
Yeah. Very, very Gene Stealer culty, which is cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got that definitely going for it.
Yeah.
No, awesome stuff, Alex. Looks great.
Yeah, very cool.
Next up, Amos.
Oh, nice.
Amos has been working on some white scars. There,
white is such a pain in the butt. So, like, every time I see someone do a good paint job with white, I'm like, more power to you. It could never be me.
Right.
I've never been able to paint a good white, so that's fantastic.
No, it does look very cool, and it's you can tell that the white's nice and strong because that red is popping. Really well,
exactly. Yeah, it's really, really good. Really, really good.
Excellent stuff. Love the damage on that shoulder pad as well.
Yeah,
nice one. Next up, Chris Gorka. Chris has been
cool.
So we'll give Kat a few minutes to pick up her phone so she can check these out. But yeah, there we go. Our friend Michael Woodward has joined. He just recently joined the Monument Hobbies team and said, "I recommend Monument Hobbies paints for all minis." Thanks,
I
Mike.
wouldn't, but that's okay.
Let's recommend the Army Painter, but
yeah, exactly.
They're
like
in that conflict.
Yeah, like the Jets and the Sharks. We're gonna dance battle over here.
Yeah, let's not rumble in the chat.
Yeah,
we'll save that for Adepticon or something. Excellent. Yeah. So Chris Gorka's Chaos Knights that he's working on.
Yeah, very cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, very cool. I love that. Like the shoulder pad, like having it like rotting away over there. That's so cool.
Just calm down.
Yeah. I love that.
And the just the texture that he's put onto all of the other pads there.
That's great.
Looking great. And these two sort of hip plates kind of swung around, look excellent.
Yeah, that's cool.
But nice work there, Chris. And then
more of them. That's so cool.
The War Dogs.
Yeah, I love it. I love his whole theme here. This is really, really cool. Awesome job.
Yeah, the and that nice little pop of green and the for the eyes, not only the eyes, but also the
little
port
gemmy part in the middle, and then the red for the missile launchers. I love that when you have like a more earthy color scheme that you're going with, like something you want to work with, and then just having these like moments of pops of color, which there's the whole thing where it's like, oh well, in real life that would it's okay, like in real life it would all just be one color, and you would just like it would be flat and it would be boring. Like that's not what we're doing here.
No.
Like this is the future fantasy world of Warhammer. Like I love having those just like pops of color that just like key off, especially when you have like this like more earthy like color scheme. Like having those pops of color really, really helps to just like set them off, and it's really, really cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the pumpkins. Like you said, those are cool.
Definitely the pumpkins.
Yeah. like pumpkin grots or nurglings, pumpkin nurglings. I love that.
Yeah, awesome stuff. Nice work there, Chris. Chris has also painted up
cool.
Sigvald the Magnificent.
With the extra wings.
Prints. Yeah,
that's so cool.
Massive wings.
Yeah, that's cool. Where are those wings from?
I'm not sure.
Are they a Tyranid or are they like a demon prince or something?
They might be a Tyranid. I don't know. I would say I would think Tyranid, but
yeah.
They might also be a print, but
yeah.
No, they look great. And that kind of the fade through from that
sort
of eye bleeding red down to the terrestrial titan down the bottom there.
Yeah, those man, great. So good. Terrestrial Titan. Of course, Heresy likes Terrestrial Titan.
There we go. Yes. And Kat says yes.
Yes, that's cool. That's really, really cool. Love that.
Yeah. Very much so. Yes, Magnificent is not just the title in this case.
Seriously, those wings are just so cool.
Yeah.
Man, love it.
Excellent. Nice one, Chris. Next up, Chris Kemig. Chris Kemig is working on this unit of 5 destroyers, I think they're called.
Yeah.
So they're for
World Eaters, right?
World Eaters for Heresy.
Yeah.
Yep. And the guy on the right.
Have to look at these later.
Yeah. He's gonna love it. You probably get to fight alongside them or against them.
Yeah. Exactly.
But,
that's cool.
Yeah. So the guys on the left are going to end up looking like the guys on the right there. That's the thing that he's got planned. And
I love that basing too. Like it having a basing that like contrasts so well with your model is just like it always helps. It always helps just like really pop off a model, which is great. Yeah. That
desaturated orange on the ground just makes that saturated blue.
Yep.
Just really
pop.
And
then having it like kind of like a fade up a bit onto the he's been walking through it down there on the feet. That's cool. Yeah, it looks great. Looks wonderful.
Excellent work there, Chris. Looking nice. And Brendan says, love the face. That face
really good job. Really, really good job.
Nice one. Next up, Sulin.
Oh, cool.
Sulin Lu is Sulin's from Taiwan. So
nice.
If you ever want to travel to Taiwan, we can put you in touch with somebody there.
Yeah, there we go. That sounds good.
If you want to play some 40K. So cool. But this has been working on this for a couple of weeks, and this is just a beautiful rendition of it. Just all non-metallic metals for the gold.
Oh my god, yeah. Wow.
And just wonderful and the silver as well, but put that wonderful orange glow from stage right.
Yeah, like having like directional lighting and non-metallic metal. You kidding me?
Yeah. Check all the
sick.
the reflection over here on the the black knee pad, the black greave.
So good, so good.
And there's some closer.
Oh my god! Details. Yeah, look at that. You kidding me?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Leave some for the rest of us. Dang, this is so good.
Yeah, it is. Here it says it's so much non-metallic metal.
Yeah,
it is.
So good though.
But just done a beautiful job on it.
Beautiful job. Yeah, awesome.
So the
base is like his thematic base that you got there like tells a story. It's just oh god, awesome.
So this is
well done.
Obviously, purging of cleansing of Prospero. There with the cracked. Thousand Suns helmet down here.
Yep. As someone else who has some. Yeah, as someone else who has some Thousand Suns bits on his base, I approve heartily.
Fantastic. Yep. Looking brilliant.
Yeah.
Nice work, Sulin. We love it. Next up, Josh Sawyer.
Oh, cool.
Josh has been adding some Eldar units to his army to his collection for 11th edition.
Yeah, so, great job, man. Oh, those are so cool. I love that kind of like patterning that people do on on those kind of things. Oh, it's so cool. So cool.
Yeah, he's looking very nice. There's some more there. I think these are the ones
with the two, right? The scout ones.
The scout ones with the sniper behind.
Yeah. Yeah, and Heresy over here, 2 down, 2 1 to go. You have to add that. You have to add these scout ones, Heresy. I don't know if you've got them into your list now. The scout ones, those are cool.
Yep. But no, looking great again, Josh, and also popping in some swooping hawks.
Yeah, very, very cool.
Yep.
Oh, I love those wings. Look at the feathering, like that fade.
Yeah. Yep.
Very, very cool. Very, very, very cool.
Nice work there, Josh.
Yeah. And
Thanks
again with the
those.
white. Yeah, again with the white, like, oh man, no way. Not in a million years. I'm never gonna do a white army. It's not happening. Right. I want to do my next army that I'm planning, I think, is gonna be Red Corsairs.
Okay.
Because I want to do red. I love my Space Wolves, they're turning out great, but I'm looking, I feel like if I can start working with like a poppier color, like a red, like just like really saturate that red, it's gonna help pop them for the on the tabletop and for judges to see. So yeah, that's where it's gonna go. But yeah, seriously, that but
some fiery vermilion.
Yeah, baby. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Nice.
So yeah, but there's no way I'm doing a cream army or a white army or anything like that, especially not like right next to like a bright color like that. No way. No way. Not happening. More power to you, Josh. Like,
nice
not
work,
me. Could never be
me. Awesome. Cool. Luis has been working on his Custodes.
Yeah.
Custodes. These are these are metallics. Gold metallics rather than Sulin's crazy non-metallic metals.
Yeah. Yeah.
But doing some really nice work on these.
Oh yeah, really, really good.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Yeah, these are like the new Custodes sculpts are just awesome. Like straight up, just they're
they're so
amazing.
They're so much better. Yeah,
so much better. So much.
It's amazing what that just squishing them in and stretching them out a little bit.
Yeah, just making them like oh man, so cool, so cool.
Yeah.
One thing I want to point out is in the background of, you can see it in the background of the right picture, but you also saw in the last one was the color wheel there, and it's it's a surprise. Like I don't know, whatever little hints that you can give for the things, but like having one of those, or just like just having it bookmarked or whatever on your phone or whatever.
Yep.
When you're figuring out a color scheme is so helpful. Like so helpful, because a lot of times you go into it and you have like an idea for a color that you want to work with because you're like, I don't know, drawn to a paint, or like you just got a brand new paint, whatever it is, comes in, you're like, this is what I want to use. Just like using those tools that are out there where people have been doing this for a lot longer than we've been doing, have like come up with like the science of what works well together, what complements or what split complements, and all these different things that you can do with it. Having something like that you can just reference is going to help your paint job so much. It's just going to be help you're figuring out these color schemes that are going to work. Like, if you look at a lot of the things, like the one I always say is like turn to like sports teams and superheroes, because people who know their colors have been paid a lot of more money than than you and I we have to pay to figure out like these color schemes that are going to work well together. And Absolutely. if you just take those color schemes and you look at them on a color wheel, they almost inevitably are going to work with each other across that color wheel, because that's I mean,
there's going to be a complementary or a triadic.
Exactly. Setup. Yeah, and it just helps you figure out what you need to do in it. Like why reinvent the wheel when it's already there for you?
When it's there,
like you can just go and just use the tools that are there. Like that's the whole thing. Is like there's no need to reinvent the wheel every single time if the wheel's already there and doing what you need to. So
absolutely,
yeah.
Nice work, Luis. Luis has also done some work on the Caladius transport.
That's so cool.
Looking wild.
Looking great. Yeah.
There we go.
Man, that's so good.
Yeah.
Look at that red. Oh, yeah. Big fan.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Luis had a like a brass etch template for that
cool
sort of striation kind of look.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's so cool. That lovely sort of like a candy apple red.
Yeah, like a marbleized candy red. Like cool. Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah. Awesome work though, Luis.
Yeah, well done.
Spectacular.
Yeah.
Nice. And those swirls on there, I am pretty sure are decals.
Cool.
From from the Horus Heresy Custodes.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
And
Oh,
he's done a
actually,
beautiful-
it's not even the Horus. Actually, it's not just the Horus Heresy anymore. They've double branded all of the boxes now for
sure.
But yeah, but it's like, but it like
It's
I think
one of the
that's kind
older
a
ones
cool
that
thing.
was just the Horus.
Yeah, fair. I thought this was one of the newer ones that they had there. But yeah,
Technically, Phil.
yeah,
Technically.
actually, you're wrong, Phil. There we go. That's fair. I earned that because I tried to actually you and I was wrong. So I
No, that's
earned
fine. That's fine.
Yeah,
That's all good.
but I the only reason I mentioned is because I think that's kind of a cool thing that they do, so that you're not sitting there being like when are they gonna like pull the rug out from under you? It's like by double branding the boxes, it's like no, they are part of both. So
Yeah.
I like that.
Yep. Absolutely. Cool. Nice work, Luis. Love it.
Yeah.
Next up, Mark Maxey.
Oh,
So this is
cool.
this awesome set of chibi minis that Mark took to Gen Con for the painting competition.
Those are cool.
These are from I think it's from the Simon game. See, this from it might be Super Dungeon Explorer,
Okay.
or there's another game that's super similar. I can't remember it, but anyway, yeah, they look fantastic, don't they?
Yeah, very, very cool. I love those sculpts too. Like you said, like that's awesome.
Yep.
Very, very cool. And an awesome paint job too. Like not to take away, but like yeah, fantastically painted.
That's great
And also
stuff.
like the paint job really complements the sculpts themselves. You know, they're very exaggerated, very cartoony, which works really well with like the chibi style, which is awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yep. Mark's done an excellent job there.
Yeah,
Love
great job. Great job. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. Next up, Patrick Keith.
Ooh, there we go.
So Patrick's been working on his drop troops for his Imperial Guard over the last few months.
Nice.
And then finally getting into painting this Valkyrie. So this was from a week and a half ago, and this is from this week.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, you can see here he's kept the sub assemblies to sort of be sprayed in different colors, different preparation.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, and there we go. I just noticed Daryl Lichter has joined us. Hello.
Nice. Hello.
And Patrick has joined us as Table Radio or Not. He says, I'm actually
cool.
putting the decals on that tonight.
Heck yeah. It's
So,
looking awesome. I love that. I love that the pattern that you got going on there. That's
That
super
scheme
cool.
is really good, isn't it?
Yeah, really cool.
Perfect. Nice work, Patrick. We look forward to seeing it completed tomorrow. Not tomorrow. It's later this week
maybe.
on the Facebook group.
Yeah, if you go to the Facebook group
on the
might be
show
tomorrow.
next week.
Yeah.
Next up, Pat Lewis.
Oh, cool.
Buddy Pat has been working on so slowly plugging away at a Trench Crusade Iron Sultanate force. But yeah, his assassin here is looking really nice.
Yeah. Have you painted the Iron Sultanate? I don't know if I've seen yours.
They were the very first warband I did.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh,
very first
cool.
ones. And I think but I will go back and do another Sultanate warband, but because I've got some more thoughts and I've got some more ideas about how I want to paint them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to do that.
That's cool.
But
really
this guy's looking really cool. I love that that Pat has put the sort of little green in there, almost poison dagger kind of style.
Yeah. Don't they have like an upgrade you can give him with the poison dagger or something?
I think so. Yeah.
Because I was putting together. I was ostensibly supposed to be doing some Iron Sultanate for when we were doing the what was it, the
Arena Challenge,
the factory team. What's up? Yeah, the Army Painter Challenge.
Right.
I was supposed to be doing that, and then I was never home for the entire summer, so I fell behind really fast.
Right.
But I kit bashed like a lot of like really cool. Like I made my own like brazen bull and stuff like that. So
hang on a second. Let me just pull up the.
Oh sure. Yeah. So, like, kit bashed out of like one of the dark
The Chaos Dwarves.
Yeah, the Chaos Dwarves. Thank you very much.
Yep.
And then I like made my own out of like a crude hound. I made a line of Jabbar. and
Yeah.
sculpted some fur onto its back there with the green stuff. So I'd
Oh,
gotten
good.
made, like, I was really happy with like the models I was making for him. But then I ran out of any time to paint anything other than my Space Wolves in like the 3 seconds I had at home each time between a tournament. So yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
They look cool.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. And also nice work to Pat on those.
Very
Pat
nice work.
also painted up this.
Oh,
weekend.
Cool.
I don't know where
That's
this is from. This is one where Jake would know exactly where it's from, but I've
yeah,
no
it's
idea.
I'd imagine it's from the new Gundam United or Gundam Assemble.
Gundam Assemble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I would imagine. It looks like that. And the basing, that's something that Heresy looks like. Heresy's what he's been working on recently, so that's cool.
Yeah,
I love that. Really cool.
Does look fun, doesn't it?
Yeah,
The little,
really fun.
Little space clouds.
Yeah, the stars and stuff. That's really cool. On top of it, yeah, very, very fun.
Nice work, Pat. That looked great.
Yeah,
excellent. Tabletop Super Show has joined us. Hey everyone, happy Tuesday and BPP Day.
There we go.
Excellent. Welcome. Nice. So great work, Pat. And then also Patrick Sato.
Cool.
So Patrick, I think Patrick is the one who found Build Paint Play and found by finding Alpha Omega. He
really
traveling through Boston and
cool.
Stopped in at the store. I think his son wanted to get some Magic the Gathering cards.
Nice.
But yeah, you got to talking to Jake and posted these cool
very cool
pics of his Imperial Fists.
Yeah. A good yellow scheme. Oh, those are cool.
Yep.
Yeah. A good yellow scheme is always looks good. Always pops well. It's another one just like the whites that are just like, man, it takes a hell of a commitment to want to do those because it's it's not an easy color to work with. So every time I see a good one, it's just like, man, it's major props. Very, very cool.
Yep. We've done some nice work with it on your the shoulder pads of your dreadnoughts.
Yeah. I can do it in small doses, but not like an entire army of it.
Excellent. Good conversation in the chat there. So yeah, apparently this model here is the Char from Gundam Assemble that came out in the TCG Deluxe boxes. So there we go.
Wow. Yeah, there we go.
Looking cool.
Of course, yeah. I mean, he would know. Heresy's he's my Gundam my Gundam source.
Source of Gundam information.
Yeah, exactly. Nice. Yeah, I just like to call Robotech Gundam to Jake because it makes him so mad every time.
It does.
He has like these Robotech shirts that I'm like, oh cool, like Gundam. He's like, it's not Gundam. And I was like, oh, okay. And the first time I said it was a mistake. The second time, it was because it was funny. It was because he has another friend.
It was deliberate.
Exactly.
I call them Transformers, but for exactly the same reason.
There we go. Exactly. Yeah.
But there we go. As long as we all know.
The Kmart Transformers gets them.
Excellent. So great work there, Patrick. We love these guys.
Yeah. Great stuff.
Next up, Scott Radom. Scott's
cool.
been painting up some of the new ogres. Which just look fantastic. He's got a couple of other photos on the Facebook group, but I wanted to sort of pick these two out. This one in particular for the
look at that skin.
The skin.
That's
and
cool.
It's got a very like a very thick hide kind of feel.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's just like a Caucasian rhinoceros.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. But
and also like those metallics, it did a great job. They look really patina. Like they look like worn, which is exactly what you would expect from them. Like great job on that. Like really, really great job on those metallics.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's hard to get things to not look to look shiny, but not too shiny. You did a great job. That looks great.
Yeah, Scott does excellent work on metallics as well. And
yeah,
I'm loving the skin and that nice little pop of teal with the pants.
Yeah.
That's great.
That pop color is always key if you can do that.
Yeah, that's really good. Awesome. Josh suggests we use the term GoBots.
GoBots, yeah, exactly.
Yep. Fantastic. But yeah, Josh Potter is also correct there. The snow does look very slushy.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice work there, Scott. That looked great.
Very cool.
Next up, Stephen. So Stephen Ryder, Tabletop Super Show, who managed to catch the last bit of the show. This awesome set of adventurers.
Yeah.
He's painted this up. This is going to be part of, I don't know if it's an auction or a raffle, but it's a part of a charity event going on.
That's awesome. I love that paint style you got going on there. Like very, it's like almost like the cell shading, like the illustrated look to it.
Yeah,
very cool.
You can see it, like it looks very much like that on this dwarf, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I love that. I love that.
And all of the deep indentations on the
yeah, very dramatized. Dramatized. Very cool.
There we go.
Big fan.
Charity auction there at PageCon.
Cool.
So awesome work there, Stephen. I know that you posted this the week before last, but
but we got them
now. We got it on. Finally got it on now.
Steven.
Yep. There we go. All non-metallics at 25 mil. So there you go. Nice work,
man.
Excellent. Okay, so I think that is the final piece for this week.
Cool. Awesome stuff, man.
Next week,
really great stuff out there.
As a guest, we have Sammy Day.
Ah, cool. She's the best. I freaking love her.
Yep, Sammy is awesome. Sammy is one of the game designers for Trench Crusade, along with wonderful folks like that I mentioned before, Thomas Byrne, Andy Chambers, Jervis Johnson, and Brooke Close is the other game designer. So that team are the ones that are putting out all of the fantastic new rules and that sort of thing. We'll also be able to take a look at the Carcass Front box set next week, so that's exciting. But we're going to talk to Sammy about the events that she's run, the work that she's done, particularly on something like Carcass Front, and anything that she's allowed to tell us about a little bit further ahead than Carcass Front. There are things that I'm not allowed, that I know, but I don't know if I'm allowed to tell anybody. I'm probably not.
Hopefully she'll know what she's allowed to tell, and then you can go from there. Yeah,
they're usually a bit like better clued in for sure.
Yeah. Sandy, she was the person who ran and wrote the narrative campaign that I did at Nova a couple of years ago. The one that where I was the world's first international champion of the world in Trench Crusade.
She was.
That was
just last year. That was 12 months ago.
Exactly. Yeah, the first world champion was me. But she wrote that campaign, and it was a blast. Like, it was so well done, so immersive, and it was beautifully done. She's amazing. Does incredible work, and she's also an amazing human being. I really have enjoyed every kind of interaction I've had with her. So she's wonderful people. She's the reason I got into Trench Crusade as well, because she came with the Chicago crew over to Uncle Adam's TMX.
Oh, TMX. Yep.
Yeah. And she was there, part of the team that was teaching it, and she walked my dumbass through how to play Trench Crusade and did such a good job that, despite all my stupid questions, she kept me going. So she was the reason I got into doing that. And
awesome.
I would say she's probably the reason that I was as big a fan of Trench Crusade as I am, is because of the teaching that she did, and then the campaign that she wrote that I was able to be a part of. So awesome. She's amazing. Awesome person.
Yeah, that's going to be great. We're super excited for that. We have some other things coming up. We're going to be talking to Josh Berman, who was another one of the painters on Miniature Masters. Just a reminder, go and check out the final episode of it tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
We've got we're going to be talking to Jeff Hall about an epic RPG day that they've got coming up at the store, where Jeff does huge table builds.
I love his last name.
Fun?
Love his last name.
Yeah, for sure. Brothers from the same mother? No?
Yeah, maybe. I don't think so.
Who knows? Anyway, and we've got we're going to be talking with Courtney and Stephanie, Orion's Belt Minis.
Oh, cool.
Courtney's figuratively speaking minis. Jake's going to be off that like sometime in September, and Courtney's going to co-host. And
cool. That's awesome. Oh, that's fun.
We'll have our little really Pigment Show reunion.
Yeah. Also, those two together are a blast. So you're gonna have a good time. Like, you get those two together, start talking. Man, it is It is awesome.
It'll be great.
They're great. They're great.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about teaching classes and that
Oh,
kind of
cool.
thing.
Nice.
So yeah,
Yeah.
cool. Exciting. But anyway, thanks very much, Phil, for joining
Of
us.
course. Thank you for having me. I appreciate that.
Always.
Yeah.
Thanks for telling us all about your wonderful adventures.
Yeah, no problem.
I am.
And,
I'm not even low key. I'm
Look.
definitely super jealous. But good
next year, come with me. Come with me next year. We'll do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
My unfortunately, my amount of PTO doesn't go up.
Well,
year,
fair enough.
So
Fair enough. There we go.
Get a spare week. But anyway, no, fantastic having you. Thanks very much. Link to Phil's Instagram where you can see more photos from Mechlin.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Mechlin.
I have no idea. I think I said it about 3 different ways each time, and I feel like each time they corrected me, and I'm not sure if I ever got it right. So
sure, no, that's fair.
Yeah.
And also is linked to, of course, the Glacial Geek YouTube channel is down below. So go say hi, subscribe, all that sort of fun stuff.
Yes, please. Yeah.
But yeah, cool. So I think that's about it. Anything else, Phil?
No. Thanks for having me. Really appreciate it. And sorry that I took you 20 minutes overtime, because that's to be honest, that's pretty much on time for me. That's about as close as on time as I'm ever going to get. So
it's also pretty standard for us. So
there we go.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, could you imagine if Jake was also here, how much this would have gone over?
Not at all.
Just play me out like the Oscars music. Yeah,
that was accidental. I dragged it over, so we got the beginning music anyway. Okay. Good night, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us. We will be back next week. Come back and check us out. And don't forget to build, paint, play. Nice.
I got it.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.